So today I've got the Buddy Stick Pro back out again, set up in the backyard, and I got myself an electric fence post stake this time to make it a little easier to hang up. And I wanted to show you something. So anyway, this is just the radio wire sitting out here hooked onto the stake, and I've got it out to the length that the instructions call out for 10 meters. And I wanted to show you the VSWR at 10 meters with the antenna set up, but also show you what the VSWR on 11 meters is with this 10 meter setup. So let's go take a look. All right, so we're back inside and we are looking at our Nano VNA, and we have got the bandwidth set to from 28.300 megahertz to 28.500 megahertz, and you can see this. You can see what our VSWR is right now. It's at 28.3. We're at 1.211, which is awesome. And then if we move across here all the way to the other side of the band, just relatively flat, and at 28.5 we're at 1.263. So, you know, hey, yay, Buddy Stick Pro. Thing works awesome. Now I got to thinking, what will we look like at 27 or into the CB band, 26 dot, let's set it up, 9650 megahertz as our start point, and our stop be 27.405. There we go. And so there is, now again, changing nothing on the Buddy Stick Pro, and at 27.405 there we are at a 1.198 VSWR. And on the other end of the spectrum, channel 1, 26.9650, we're at 1.5 VSWR. Where I would typically be using it would be sideband, so anywhere up here, maybe around 27.385. So super low VSWR. And the reason why I wanted to see how that would work out was because where my outside antenna is currently sitting at, I don't propagate very well to the east, towards the front of the house. I propagate basically out I'm sorry, I said that backwards. I don't propagate very well out to the west, which is right directly in front of the house. I propagate east. So my dad, who's up on a mountainside about 35 miles from here to the west, can barely hear me at all on my antenna. So, but if I'm out there in front of the house, mobile antenna, he can hear me just fine. I mean, he hits me at about a maybe 7 dB, almost an S9 sometimes. And the same thing with him listening to me from my mobile. I'm hitting him at about an S7, S9, just on 100 watts. So I can set up this Buddy Stick Pro and just put it in the front yard, and in an emergency I could talk to my dad from sitting here right at the radio bench. So that's kind of cool. That's why I was just curious to see. And I could probably play around with the radio a little bit and maybe get that a little lower on the low end of the band. But like I said, I typically just use sideband, lower sideband or upper sideband up there between channel 35 and 40 if I'm on CB, and that's works just fine up there. I mean, we got a nice low VSWR up on that high side. So I just thought I'd show that. Hey, the Buddy Stick Pro set up for 10 meter works relatively well for 11 meter if you're in a crunch. So just keep that in mind if you're looking for a new mobile antenna and you've got a CB. If you just set it up using the instructions for 10 meter, which is basically tapping the coil and then running out your radial, you could use it on 10 or 11, and you have a pretty decent VSWR still on 11. And you could play around a little bit, I'm sure, and better that lower end there on the 11 meter band if you really wanted to. I personally, I wouldn't, especially if you're just going to be running, low power. There's no real point in trying to better what it is if you wanted it to be, dual purpose. I mean, 1.5 is fine. So yeah, just thought I'd show that, and hope that helps somebody out. So 73s, we'll see y'all next time.